Thank you, Jack, and thanks for everyone to be on this call. I am excited to present our company, CytoDyn, to everyone, but in today's presentation, I will be doing things a little bit different. I will take my time a little bit more and give everybody a background of how leronlimab Pro 140 had to overcome many odds that most people don't know about. In today's presentation, obviously, I will be making a lot of forward-looking statements, like always. So leronlimab is our lead product, and it's used to be called Pro 140. It's a humanized monoclonal antibody. How do we get this product? In 2011, I found out that Pro 140 at Progenics was going to be sold, and they shelved the product. They were not going to develop it. They were not able to sell the product. However, we thought that we could buy it and do something with this product. We bought it for a very low down payment of $3.5 million. Anybody will know that the product in phase 2 worth a lot more than that. But because nobody had a vision for this product going forward, due to the lengthy trials ahead of it, nobody bought it. Dr. Dan Kareskis from Harvard University, in that meeting that we were introduced to Pro 140, said, this is one of the best products that was ever made, probably, but no one's going to be able to get it to revenue where it will have financial benefits. So we went ahead and bought the product, and then realized that the smart analyst report came, said that there is no revenue that could happen. I, on the other hand, told the board at that time that we will make it happen and we will change the HIV paradigm. And they said, don't use those big words. And I said, I will tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and I will do it honestly. As we went forward, I told Dr. Jeffrey Jacobson, who was going to do the phase 2A that was funded by NIH, that I will give the money back from NIH to Dr. Jeffrey Jacobson. He can do the trial, but I will not be doing that trial. In the advice of Dr. Robert Schooley, I did a monotherapy. He suggested about 6 different paths, and I selected monotherapy because I believed in monotherapy. He told me that if you are successful, and I'm not telling you you're going to be successful by any means, but I'm saying if you are, you could change the HIV paradigm. So with that goal and vision and hope, I start dreaming about Pro 140's future in monotherapy. As we did the trial in HIV, we went ahead and met with FDA, and they said, well, for the first approval, you have to do combination therapy. And this is the first path that you see on the top of the screen. But you can do your second trial in monotherapy, which is single agent therapy, which no one in the world of HIV ever even heard of single agent therapy. They never would touch that because single agent at the beginning of times of HIV epidemic did not work. It was a failure. You have to have 3 products from 2 classes. But our monotherapy, we dream big and it panned out, and our combination therapy, now we are at the brink of getting approval. The Progenics sold the product because the path to approval was about 20 years left. A 76-patient phase 2 substance abuse population that 2 years after I gave up on that program, Dr. Jeffrey Jacobson from Jefferson University told me that what a great call you made, because if you didn't, you would have been failing, because I only enrolled 2 patients in 2 years. So I'm very proud of being blessed, and thank God we were able to do that. But we didn't stop. The next thing was we look at another indication, because Pfizer accidentally found out that CCR5 has a role in another product called GVHD, graft versus host disease. Our board members, everybody was against this path. I, again, took the lead and did a study. It's only $12,000 in Noble Life Science, Dr. Stephen Harrigan. The results came positive, and the board and all the scientists wanted me to stop, including the inventor of the product, Dr. Paul Madden, who had been tremendous help to me all throughout all of these trials. But I wouldn't accept the no. So I did some study, send it to the FDA, and lo and behold, we got a phase 2, and not only that, we got orphan drug designation. That was the beginning of starting to go in the path of non-HIV, and those who are our shareholders realize in those days, I was telling everyone we're spending very little and able to get a phase 2. We didn't only get GVHD, we didn't stop at that. We went for NASH, triple-negative breast cancer, and colon cancer. 4 different phase 2, all green light. Each phase 2 will cost $100 million, about 5 to 10 years to get it to that point from scratch. But no one gave us credit for that. No one sees the amount of hard work that could go to get one of these products there. And all these credits should go to Dr. Paul Madden and William Olson, PhD from MIT, who made the most powerful product in the world, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you why I think that way. But things started going forward, and I dreamed big about the cancer, and the chairman of the board, Dr. Scott Kelly, vision was absolutely aligned with me. And the board started being a new board, and they started to really giving us a little bit support. So we had scientists in our company in the last couple of years, and what that scientist said was, you need to do a 3-year study with animal study so you can realize the potential of this product in all the cancers, prostate, pancreatic, melanoma. I again started thinking differently and gave up that program and actually canceled that program of 3-year animal study. And recently, when they told me you just need to do a small animal study of 8 weeks, I canceled that. I said, no, we have 2 patients already that have different cancer. Let's just file phase 2. And our regulatory team, after checking it out, they said, that would be really interesting. You're right. Solid tumor cancer, you could expedite all these cancers to phase 2. And that's what we did. So 22 different solid cancer, the trial, the protocol was submitted, and we are able to initiate that because it's under the same IND for cancer. The mechanism of action of this product for HIV is very clear. It binds to CCR5, would not let HIV to enter the cell. Therefore, no resistance could happen. Most likely, that's what we believe. And the HIV will not be able to replicate itself. That's why in early studies, Progeny got $28 million worth of grant from NIH. They also got fast track designation with the possibility of accelerated approval. So we took the program to the next level. We did a combination therapy from 2015 to now, it's about 4.5 years or so. And we had our primary endpoint in a very tough population to enroll. And these are some patients have unmet medical need in that population. And our primary endpoint was hit with p-value of 0.0032. The rest of the trial had 81% suppressed viral load. Some patients got suppressed viral load, and they never had suppressed viral load for 20 years prior to this study. And the physician asked us to continuously keep that patients on the trial. 81% was a great number. The last product that got approved for this population had only 43%. So very glad to see that we had no serious adverse event like related to leronlimab, as we didn't in the past 840 patients. FDA gave us rolling review, and we submitted the first portion of the BLA. And the advantage of this product is, as you can see, mainly serious adverse event related to leronlimab is not there for over 840 patients. So if this product has indications, potential indication in other avenues, to get a phase 2 would be very easy because the safety of 840 patients has been evaluated in a clinical trial. Monotherapy, we didn't stop that either. Even though funding is always the toughest thing, we try to make it with as little money as we have. And if you search the Google, look at any site, it costs about $1 billion to get a product to approval. We took that product for 2 indications in HIV, not just combination, but monotherapy. And our results came out to be very fantastic in our investigative phase 3, 2-3 trial. And we reported those fantastic results. And now we are at the very close vicinity of getting a protocol for final study for monotherapy. Market size is between $2 to $4 billion for combination, 6 to 9 billion for monotherapy. This is according to BioVid report and Syneos Health report. Prevention also, we are very happy to have some discussion currently with the White House doctors about how we can change the new HIV transmission to hopefully go to zero. In the last 15 years, it's always 40,000, no matter how beautiful these new products are, which they are, they're really great. But the new transmissions are not really going down. Our product could be once a month. And Dr. Jonas Sasha has done animal study that was very impressive. And we believe our product could be once a month prevention. Imagine individuals who are in danger of getting HIV, instead of taking Truvada or Descovy, which they have to take day after day in exact time, and they have side effects that's a page long, the list of those side effects. Imagine if they could just take something that hardly has any toxicity or side effect, and once a month, just 2 minutes. And that clearly could impact eradication of HIV. We're working on that also. So that's the third path in HIV. Not only we gave up the old path, but we come up with new innovative paths that is paying a lot of dividend. Manufacturing, we had to come up with a lot of money. Again, we do not want to dilute the company. As much as we can, we try to hold that back. It's been very tough raising money little by little, lots of travel, lots of pressure on our team, but we did it. And our Samsung Biologics signed an agreement to defer the payment so we can get to a better place with our stock price before we start raising money and paying these bills. And to get a product launched, we saved ourselves another $70 million by signing a licensing agreement with Viera Pharmaceutical. We announced that and got $4 million invested to our company from Viera, and milestones of $87.5 million will be given to us. And we get 50% of net sales. We also get cost of goods plus 10%. A very good deal that we are very proud that we were able to land that licensing. So this is all about HIV, what I have said. Now I want to talk about something that is very close to my own heart, to my own family member, and to the future of cancer, I believe. Something that I have been pushing it very hard, and I don't hold back at all. If there is something truth about anything, it needs to be told to everybody, and let the chip fall where they may. In regards to triple negative breast cancer, we have animal study that had shown that 98% metastasis can be inhibited. We immediately filed for a phase 1B-2 with FDA, received the phase 2 green light, and we injected 6 patients so far. The first patient, I would like to read the results so everyone will understand that this company is in the brink of something major if these results continue to be as it is. The first patient had, in 2 weeks, her CTC dropped from 5 copies to 0. Now, if anybody knows what CTC is, it's circulating tumor cells. Those are the cells that will metastasize. They would go in the bloodstream and home at the different location and kill the person. It's a very, very important parameter. And Dr. Bruce Patterson, our key opinion leader, the expert at CCR5, has been amazing in clearing this path and helping me stop all the problems that was with this trial. It took a year to enroll the first patient, and we had to change too many things. And later on, when the stories come out how we overcame those obstacles, I think the shareholders would be very proud. The second patient, and I'm sorry, the first patient, also the tumor shrunk 20% very quickly. This patient, the first patient, excuse me, is now stable and has gone with this product for 4.5 months. The second patient is my family member. This patient was told after her cancer, HER2 positive breast cancer, had metastasized to liver, lung, and then to brain, the doctors gave up and they said, you do a radiation, and she doesn't have very much time left. After the radiation had a positive result, 3 months later, it shows positive impact on the tumor cells. There was 18 spots and lesions in the brain. If you have more than 3, the patient would die quickly. And she was not taking any medication after the radiation, but then we got her on leronlimab. Now, 3 months later after radiation, everyone knows that radiation has impact for a month. So 3 months after that, we didn't give her anything for first 2 months, but the last month of the second 3 months, she started on leronlimab. In 1 month, or I should just say 3 injections that she got, we went to radiologist to get another treatment of radiation because there was still lots of spots. The radiologist at OHSU said that you don't need another radiation. The tumor, one of the lesions has shrunk by 56%. Now this is without any medication prescribed by her oncologist for her brain metastasis. They said you don't need another radiation. As a matter of fact, your CT scan now shows you're stable. And her product for her other part of her body, the metastasis to liver and lung, was Herceptin and Perjeta, and it's been more than 1.5 years. Everyone knows Herceptin doesn't work more than a year, and Perjeta more than 1.5 years. But leronlimab is what she's taking also. And that came stable. And then we will have another CT scan done by Thursday. We will have another, I believe, exciting results. Why I believe that is because she was dosing off, and the nurse that came to our house says her condition will get worse and worse before she took leronlimab. Afterwards, the dosing has stopped. She walks, she ran at one episode, and she cooks, she does everything right in front of my face. I see this product working in the most amazing way. And one of the principal investigators told me, you're setting expectation. I said, I'm telling the truth about all the results, and I will not stop doing that. And our regulatory team at Amarex said to me just yesterday, the way you have announced these results is amazing. You have got 70 to 80 patients now ready to be injected in your basket trial, and we couldn't get anybody with all of our advertisement that we have done. And please continue to do so, because this would be great to get this many patients. So let me go over the third patient. The CTC and EMT went to 0 for this patient also, and number of camel also reduced, and the fourth patient, number of camel reduced. Breakthrough designation was filed in January 10th for this product. I don't know how we won't be able to get breakthrough designation. There's 2 conditions for BTD: unmet medical need, that's there, and second, did we show any response to the patients? None of the physicians that we talked to have said that it's in a gray area. They all believe it has worked great. We updated the results of the first 2 patients with 2 more patients, and it updated on February 6th. And as you can see, these results are not just something that we are excited about, but we believe it's crucial for the world to know about. By this month, we will have 10 patients enrolled. So far, we have 6 patients enrolled, 4 patient results we have, and we will have a few more. So all these doubts about would it work for other patients, something that Dr. Bruce Patterson said absolutely will. He said that before the first patient, he talked about the mechanism of action before the first patient. Is it going to come true? So we'll see. But because these patients are not all triple negative breast cancer, one of them HER2 positive, and one of them, the other ones are triple negative breast cancer, we filed for basket trial for the solid tumor. And the mechanism of action here is 4 different. One of them is CCR5 binds to T regulatory cells. T regulatory cells, when they shut down the immune system from taking care of an infection, and when they don't do their job right, they think they kill the foreign particle, and they stop prematurely, cancer comes about. We bind to that, and that effect is very, very positive in our study. Macrophages, there are bad macrophages and good macrophages, and we have effect on that, allowing the body to be able to heal itself. Angiogenesis, Dr. Daniel Linder from Cleveland Clinic reported those results. The feeding of the tumor stops. And the fourth one, the metastasis happens with the cells on the tumor cell that have CCR5. CCR5 acts as a GPS, like a remote control for a car. Those remote control would allow those cells to come out by getting the signal. And if you bind to that CCR5, now you got 4 different mechanism of action, and that's why we see these strong results in cancer, as was explained by Dr. Bruce Patterson many times in our annual shareholder meeting, and the results are coming out exactly what he said. So 22 different cancer, solid tumor cancer. We need 30 patients for this trial, and we got 70 patients now waiting. And we are working on the IRB, Institutional Review Board, and as soon as we turn that in, hopefully by the end of the month, we will be injecting the first patient, and very quickly we will be injecting many more. But we're already going to have 10 patients, hopefully by end of next week or a week after, and that would be plenty of information to tell the world what we have. Our path to go forward is always non-dilutive financing. That's what we want to do. We don't want to take this powerful situation that we have and just immediately raise money anyway. Our story at CytoDyn is overcoming the odds. When we first did our first fundraising with Paulson Investment Bank, which was incredible, the partner at the investment bank, I had to overcome a lot of obstacles with that. When he saw me, he said, "You have 9 minutes. Tell me why should I pay attention?" And after that, this man, who's like my own brother, and the 2 other partners, all of them are like my brother, they helped this company with raising over $154 million. And I was blessed to raise 84 million without any bank fee. So we raised about $240 million. We overcome that because thanks to the shareholders. And we overcome people thinking that this product is not going to work for HIV to make it profitable. And we overcome all the naysayers about it's only HIV and not non-HIV. So our story, I believe it will be story of overcoming the odds. And our mission, as we said, we're very thankful that we now can help human lives, starting with my own family member and the few patients that we have now. That's our first priority. Our second priority is quality of life. If people have seen the video that we put out from monotherapy patients who were there for 2.5 years, and some of them are now there for over 5 years, those patients says, this product is amazing, doesn't have side effects for me. We have those videos. And increasing shareholder value, we're bending backward and forward just to make sure we don't raise money too easily. Just raise it from a quantitative institution and boom, the stock gets hurt. And Paulson Investment Bank needs to be thanked by me more than anybody for helping me and guiding me to be able to do that without the dilution that we could have had otherwise. With that, please allow us to go to questions.
Okay, Nader, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we got a lot of questions coming in. I will start first with the ones that came in from the registration last night and this morning. Okay, so Yannick, he's got like 4 questions here. All right, so let's, question number 1. Last conference call, you briefly mentioned that you successfully treated 4 MDR4 HIV patients in an additional open label study. Very glad that you could help those patients close to AIDS. Congrats. Could you elaborate on the study, and when will data from this study be presented?
So MDR is multi-drug resistance. These patients were enrolled on a same trial that we had, that we shut it down and gave the results to the FDA, or we're in the mix of giving the results to the FDA. The FDA had told us that have another arm of that trial, call it CD02 open label, and the one we had was CD02, and enroll patients who are 3 or 4 class resistance. Now, 3 or 4 class resistance is not a good position to be for any HIV person. It's an unmet medical need for most of the cases. So the 4 patients that I'm talking about that did a great job on the primary endpoint, the result was fantastic, and we turned it to the FDA. But moreover, there was a study done in University of Milan in Italy. Abstract was submitted to CROI and was accepted. Now, that study also did an in vitro study on the blood of patients who have MDR, multi-drug resistance. And that result was fantastic on 22. It was so fantastic that the abstract got accepted. So we're very excited that we can help a population that is so in need of new regimen, and at the same time having monotherapy and hopefully prevention. Go ahead.
Okay, next question from Yannick is, does the phase 2 cancer basket trial you filed for incorporate a dose escalation from 350 milligram to 525 to 700 milligram?
Yes, so there was an argument about a year and a half ago that we should not go with the cancer patients with 350 milligram, but 700, because we know 700 is a better dose. At that time, there was pushback to us, and our regulatory team and me, we were aligned to do that, but the pushback from our scientists, they all said that perhaps you can do 350 first for 3 patients with cancer, then 525, and then 3 patients after that with 700 milligram. The thought process was to just make sure that we are taking care of the safety. We thought we have 840 patients, and over 150 of them were with 700 milligram. That was enough. But the different of style of doing things, we went with that path. So now, as soon as we get the 3rd patient in TNBC result, we are able to go to the higher dose of 525. But for now, all the patients get 350 until we get the 3rd patient of triple negative breast cancer.
Okay. His next question is, when exactly will you meet with FDA in Q1 to finalize the protocol for the monopivotal phase 3 trial? And will the trial involve the receptor occupancy test to determine an individual dose, or will all patients receive 700 milligram?
So we are incorporating the receptor occupancy test that was designed by Dr. Bruce Patterson from InCellDx. How that's going to be incorporated into the study, I don't know. That's why FDA wants to meet in person with our key opinion leaders. However, we have not made that meeting as urgent as our BLA submission, biologic license application, and our cancer study. We believe we are at the very close vicinity of getting some major things happening with our cancer for patients' lives. So we're not pushing that monotherapy meeting to make it urgent. We are making number 1 agenda BLA, number 2 agenda cancer, and we're not dropping the ball on either one of those. But the monotherapy, we will definitely look into it as soon as we probably have our BLA submitted and everything is fine with that process, then we will go to that.
Okay, so Yannick's last question is, the last investor presentation on your website indicated that enrollment for the phase 2 GVHD trial is underway at 5 sites. Will patients be injected soon, or has this been delayed due to the focus on the cancer program?
So graft versus host disease was stopped and announced that it was stopped because we had to modify our protocol. And when we modified the protocol, we made it open label from double-blinded. And we're going for non-myeloablative population, and not for the population that we were going. And this is RIC, reduced intensity care patients. So instead of focusing on that, we don't really push that program right now. All focuses are on cancer. At some point, we didn't have a lot of funding coming in. Now we have quite a bit of funding coming in. But I believe we got $10 million worth of warrants got exercised in the last month and a half or so. And that puts us in a much better position financially. So we will think about everything, including GVHD, but for now, GVHD is not enrolled.
Okay, all right, we've got a couple more questions from yesterday, and then we'll jump into the live. So anybody who has questions live, maybe we can actually go to their mic and they can ask you. Maybe makes it easier. We've got some people have a lot of questions. Okay, so Catherine's asking, assuming FDA approval, what is your current estimate of the annual cost of the drug without considering insurance?
So the cost of the product has to be defined by Viera Pharmaceutical. They have the expertise. Now, before we made the licensing agreement with Viera, we had a $60,000 price on our website, $60,000 per year per patient. The reason for us making that price is that would be a uniform price for all the indication that we have seen that this product could have. So if we are selling it for $60,000 per year per patient, you will be deducting from that money 23.4% for Medicaid. There will be about 9-10% worth of deduction for rebates, perhaps. So you're talking about you get 35% taken off right up from the top, and then the balance is what we would be working with.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. So Gray is asking, what is the expected date for filing of the BLA? You have previously talked about 480 million in revenue. Can you achieve that?
So I want to make sure everybody understands that when I go to bed at night, I have a hard time sleeping because now I got on my shoulder the responsibility of 70 people who are waiting to get leronlimab for cancer. So I think constantly, how do I get these patients enrolled? Because I know how my mother-in-law was going to die. The physician said, you got 2 months left. And one of them says 3 months left. And we gave her leronlimab, and now she's back to unbelievable situation. So now I need to be articulated to make sure that we bring something to the table. And I'm hoping that we have, which is the basket trial and the patients getting involved. We also enroll in single IND, emergency IND for patients. We try to do compassionate use. Some people want to get the right to use. So we're providing all these things in the background and working on all of these with the regulatory team, make sure that we don't drop the ball in anybody. At the same time, the BLA is the most important thing that we work for so hard. We worked 2015 to now, so 5 years of hard work. And this would be a huge glory for the shareholders who have supported us. 5 years. So you can imagine that I'm sick to my stomach when it gets delayed even 1 day, but I have to go with what the FDA tells us. Now, FDA did not make this harder for us. Some people keep sending question, why did the FDA ask for 500 patients after 50? That's not right. They did not do that. They only said that we're going to help you by getting your 50 patient from your monotherapy trial. When we got ready to send that 50 patient, they said, wait a minute, this is for BLA. You got to send us all that trial, the whole trial, and then we look at the 50 that we want. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. But to get all that 595 patients to the FDA, we have to put it in the CDX format, and we have to spend more funding, and we have to have more people jumping on this and doing it. So that delayed the month. So now we're trying to get it done by the end of February, and we have arranged for all of that, for clinical section to be done. Now, then we go to manufacturing. Funding was very difficult throughout a lot of time. If you look at in 2017 to mid-2018, when we had a different person in charge of the company, you can see in those times, the stock not only went down from 74 cents to 43 cents when I got the situation back under my control, but there was a lot of situation with CMC that we had to reorganize. We brought back Dr. Nitya Ray, who had left, and he's the person who made 1214 from day one. Now, the FDA telling you that the CMC that you have done so far is great, is good, just give it to us like that is a huge, huge victory. But nobody want to hear that, and I understand that. If you want to look at ViiV, the big pharmaceutical that just got rejected for approval for 2 injectable products due to the manufacturing, you will see that this is a very sensitive situation. And we have done everything in the right way, but we got delayed again because of all the past not payment and not getting the product and stability and dropping the ball on the CMC portion 2-3 years before that event. So now we're fixing all of that, and we are hoping to get the BLA submitted by the end of February. Now, when we get toward the end of February, I'll give the update to everybody as I do. But this is not the timelines that I'm missing, and everybody come back and say, Nader always misses every timeline. No, I have a lot of timeline to talk about. When we had Dr. Richard Pastel, he said on the video that he never seen an IND being submitted in 3 weeks. They took 9 months and they couldn't submit it in other institutions. When we submitted the colon cancer, we did it 2 months ahead of time. You know, if I write down all these timelines that I was blessed, thank God, to be able to make it, and write down 2.5 months here, 3 months there. There's a lot of these timelines that we made, but I'm not here to defend myself. I'm just here to tell the shareholders, thank you for all the good things that you have given us. And we're gonna have the BLA done, and it's gonna get done. It means we, all of us as a team, went through a lot of hardship. You guys went through tremendous hardship with the stock price and all that. And we now have turned it around. And now we are at the very close distance to approval, hopefully for combination therapy, and the door opens to many different things. But we also have created from scratch another path for this same product in cancer that is now, it's breathtaking. I fall to tears and cry when I look at my family member walking the way she walks now. I'm an emotional person. When I see that, I can't believe it. You shareholders did that. Paulson Investment Bank did that. Our team did that. We should be proud of ourselves. And in regards to other indications like coronavirus, I mean, think about it. Right now, people are dying, and our scientist, Dr. Bruce Patterson, is saying that we could even also treat coronavirus patients. So this product could do some amazing thing that we're all going to be very, very proud of. But let's just not push each other 1 week or 5 days to do something wrong, because if we do anything wrong, it'll bite everybody. And we are not going to do that. I can guarantee everybody about that. Next question, please.
Okay. We got a few more questions from last night, and then we're going to go to the live audience. So if everybody make sure you have your speaker and your mic on. Hector, you got a lot of questions, so we're going to go to you right after we're done with these. So Susan is asking, when do you think there will be any concrete announcement about the deal with China?
Well, we are very close to that deal. As of last night, I was still talking, and everything is good. Everything, we are working on a joint press release, as we told everybody before. We are going to have to inject somebody with coronavirus with this product, because Dr. Bruce Patterson is adamant the mechanism of action of cancer is very similar to what we are going to be able to do, which is in regards to macrophages. So people who get coronavirus and die, they have to really jump on this, and the doctors, and give it a try. Now, does our product treat coronavirus? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that our doctors are saying, our key opinion leaders, who was very, very right about cancer, is saying that this product could also work in treating coronavirus. We got to get somebody with coronavirus and give them the product, and no one better than a very great pharmaceutical company or health space company that is willing to do that, and has hospitals and access to this kind of thing. And their CEO and we are exchanging with their team and my team, and we're about to announce something great about this. I believe that timing is very crucial, and I am all about speed, and we will be hopefully doing that very quickly.
Okay, Jeffrey's asking, what can we learn about other illnesses from Thailand, HIV treatments with our drug?
So we have not treated anybody on Thailand. The memorandum of understanding was signed based upon strong results of Dr. Jonas Sasha animal study for prevention. When they made the protocol, because of our chairman of the board, Dr. Scott Kelly, and I had discussions, and we said, wait a minute, we're going to do a trial of 1,200 patients for prevention, which is going to be paid by Dr. Jonas Sasha affiliates. Why are we doing once a week? Every drug that's used for prevention is usually treatment or once a day with the pills, but with the prevention is once every 3 days, perhaps. Our half-life is 10 days. And if you give enough product, you could last 1 month. So after talking to the scientists, looking at the PK, the pharmacokinetic of the product, we realized that, wow, Dr. Paul Madden had declared before that the Pro-140, the leronlimab, binds to the CCR5, does not get internalized, and stays there for 60 days. After looking at all the past data, we realized that thanks to Dr. Scott Kelly, our chairman of the board, who's also our chief science officer, we went to Dr. Jonas Sasha and we changed the protocol to once a month. We said we need to do this once a month, and that protocol is ready to go. So hopefully, I'm hopeful that we can get the whole team over there to inject the patients or the individuals who's going to be involved with this study very soon. But that's something also, another one of those things that we have added to the list of all the potential for this product.
Okay, Mark is asking, so this is the last question from last night, and then we'll go to the live audience. So everybody please be ready with your mic and speakers open. Mark is asking, has CytoDyn been selling shares to raise money over the last 2 weeks? Are S3 shareholders selling over the last 7 days?
No, I don't believe we have sold any S3 in the last 7 days. Did you say 7 days, Jack?
He's saying, yes, 7 days.
No, we haven't. Much longer than that, I believe we haven't sold. And we did one offering of preferred shares, which is not sellable. You have to convert those if you want to sell it, and then the other rules that applies. And those were at 80 cents. Keep in mind, we came to the price of 29 cents back in December 16, 15. And in those times, we were raising registered offering of 30 cents with 100% warrant. That is all gone now. We did it. The last raise was 80 cents preferred shares with 40% warrants, and that's gone. We're not doing that anymore, and we're not doing any more registered direct. I have got calls from institutions, bankers. Can we give you 20 million, 25 million so you can sit easily and enjoy the ride with your company? I said, no, I'd rather not have that, because that dilutes my shareholder. They have been so loyal to me that I owe them every drop of my energy. And if that's going to take a lot of energy and thinking and just working hard to make sure raise money without diluting them as much as possible, that's what we're going to do. And I have a lot of pissed off bankers because of that. And that doesn't include Paulson Investment Banker, who are always supportive of us doing non-dilutive. We strategize things together. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So let's try to get some live questions. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can get Hector live, and let's see if this works. Hector, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You're on the air. Ask Dr. Porras on your questions.
Dr. Porras, and congratulations on the extraordinary results of the first 4 oncology patients.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really great data. Recently, you announced that the signature of a non-binding agreement with a large pharma in China for licensing of leronlimab for oncology. What exactly is being licensed? There are no indications approved so far with leronlimab for oncology. Is CytoDyn going to pursue approval for oncology indications in China parallel with FDA in the USA?
No, that's a great question, Hector. So what we have done so far, because of the urgency of coronavirus, we have told them, and when I say we got to give a lot of credit to Dr. Bruce Patterson. This is his relationship. He's in, he does diagnostic tests, and I don't know exactly the detail of what he does, but he knows these people very well. And he was in China just about 2 weeks ago. And he immediately brought to their attention, to their CEO of that company, that this product could be used maybe for coronavirus. We are not, they have talked to Chinese FDA, and they're trying to get, they got all the data that we had to give them. So when their CEO saw the data was so fantastic with the safety of 840 patients in the package that we sent them, he has said that we really are interested also in cancer. Now, how do you shape a deal? I have no idea, because I need to know what is the value of this product is going to be for each cancer. This is this is you guys' product. This is the shareholders' product. It's not ours. So we got to be very, very careful. We have to find out exactly what it's worth. We have found out already what the price of Herceptin, another antibody over there, is for cancer in China, and We simply want to do a non-binding agreement that we signed with them and just explore everything. And as always, we will put it in the hand of top experts that will work for us. And our business development, Dr. Brandon Ray, will be involved. And we will explore that. The most urgent thing from this relationship is immediately give leronlimab to somebody with coronavirus. That's what we want to do. And the cancer can always take our time and do it the right way.
Okay, thank you. And
yeah, absolutely.
If I might ask another question, are there any new developments in regards to potential commercialization deals for HIV ex-USA, outside the US?
For prevention of HIV in overseas, we are not talking to any partner specifically for that. We are talking to partners, some potential partners in Canada right now and Japan in regards to GVHD, in regards to HIV, and Dr. Brandon Ray is very much enjoying seeing the success of this product and reaching out to all the potential partners. And I'm hoping that we will announce licensing a deal for overseas hopefully soon.
Thank you. I think there are great times coming for CytoDyn. Thank you, Dr. Porraza.
Absolutely. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it.
Okay, Hector, thank you. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, now just give me 1 second. We've got a bunch of questions here. Okay, let me go to. Okay, so Mark is asking. You said you were speaking to the White House about PrEP. Can you elaborate?
So please make sure you know that what we're saying here is recorded. I did not say we are talking to White House. I said that in past we talked to senators, one senator. That senator has now reached out to the HIV person at the White House, and we are now going to have a talk with them direct talk. So we haven't had that talk. We're supposed to set up that time and talk and perhaps sign NDA and send information and see what we can do. We want to bring it to their attention that if President Trump and world leader want to eradicate the HIV virus, we believe we have something that we could contribute quite a bit, and that is stopping new infections by giving a simple injection once a month to individuals who are in great danger of getting HIV. This is a dangerous situation, and we just want to offer that. And we're willing to move fast as anybody else is willing to move. This product is fantastic. Maybe I'm not a big person who people know about me, but our product is far better than any of the big pharma's product, in my opinion. Far better than Keytruda and Humira and all of those, in my opinion. Now, again, I'm making these statements based upon the results that we have seen so far. Our HIV has done something great, and we want to help. So if the White House doctor is willing to listen to us, and we would love to present our case. Would anything come out of it? I have no idea. Maybe not. Maybe it will, but we'll see. We will report to the shareholders. As we said, we are OTCB company. We can't afford to hide and go and just not talk to our shareholders. We will always talk. This talk gets me in a lot of trouble, because when I say something, people understand it the wrong way, or sometimes they think that the timelines are not met, then I'm under a lot of fire, but it is what it is.
Okay, so we got CJ asking. We're going to try to get CJ live here. CJ, are you there? Okay, no. So I'll ask you his questions. So he was asking, what are the priorities for 2020?
The priority for 2020 is BLA, cancer, coronavirus.
Okay. Okay. So Gary's asking, what's the status of the coronavirus and cancer NDA with the Chinese biomedical, and the status of the approval with the CFDA?
We don't have any status with CFDA. All we did and all we said, Dr. Bruce Patterson said that the company that he's working with is going through CFDA. They do things the right way, and they had discussions. They requested certain information. We gave those information. They requested more. We gave them more. And we are where we are. We will report any progress that comes up. The difference between me reporting and not reporting is I continuously will be sitting here saying no comment, and everybody will get very upset. But when I give comments, that's all I can give, whatever I know, and we don't know anything more than that at this time.
Okay, we have a question from Juro. Let's try to get Juro live. Juro, are you there? No? Juro, are you there?
Oh yeah, hello. Hi, Dr. Prahasan. How are you doing, sir?
Great, thank you.
You know, I actually actually did not have a question. I just wanted to extend my gratitude to you and your team, and everybody out here appreciates what you're doing.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you for supporting us to be able to do what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Juro, thank you. Okay, so next question. Okay, Jeffrey, we're gonna go to Jeffrey. Is Jeffrey there? Jeffrey, are you there? Nope, okay.
So I think we might have to wrap it up. It's 10:22, and I do have a hard stop at 10:30.
Ah, okay. So you want to see if you can get a few more, or?
Sure. If you can get those to me quickly, that'd be great.
Let's try to do two more, and then because we've got another presentation coming up. So Jeff, are you there? No. Okay. So Jeff is not there. Okay. So let's see what questions came in. Tony is asking, what's the latest regarding the 40-50 million in debt financing?
So we have received one term sheet, and we rejected that term sheet because it wasn't as non-dilutive as we wanted to be. And we are told that we will have several term sheets next week, and we will report on anything that we sign.
Okay. Ariel is asking, why Viera and not Gilead?
So in CytoDyn, we have everybody in the world not believing in us at the beginning, and nobody in the world of scientists believed in Pro 140. As I said, the head of Harvard Medicine School, we were in a gathering, and nobody believed in it, and that's why we were able to buy the product for a low price. Now, for me to sit here and say, talk to Gilead and let them know what we have, which we have talked to Gilead folks and Bill folks in the past. It's something that I cannot elaborate right now, because if there's any current talk going, we just cannot talk about. But in the past, everybody from those big pharmaceuticals said that your combination therapy is small and your monotherapy responder rate has to be over 90% before anybody take you serious. We're at the point where the 90% is 96% actually, the very latest data post first 10 weeks. And I just can't talk about who we're talking with not. At the time we made the deal with Viera, we didn't have any other deal on hand. I thought that would give the company a great situation to show that any other person who's selling HIV in the United States or outside, we will be able to be very big competitor with them. And Viera showed us that they can do this, and they move quickly. We don't have time. We always want to move quickly. I know people get tired of us not delaying some timelines, but we expedite everything. People recognize, please jump in. If you don't, we're done. Same thing with our shareholders. Share value. People need to recognize, is this real, or is this something I'm just making it up? If everything is in the FDA minutes and everything that we do is out there and everybody can see it, then everybody have to make their own mind whether this company is the next biggest thing in cancer, whether it's the next biggest thing perhaps in HIV prevention or not. I like our chances.
Okay, Dr. Prahasan, you want to take one last question?
Sure.
Okay, so Chris is asking, last several trading days, we saw significant volume, over 18 million shares yesterday. What accounts for that?
Well, there was a negative report came, and they attacked me personally, and it was no validity to any of those points. And perhaps people get nervous thinking, demons come to people's mind, and they write reports that is absolutely wrong, in my opinion. Those allegations were so ridiculous that I didn't want to talk about it. But I can just say that it offends persons intellectual if our shareholder tell anybody that maybe we don't have something. Everything we say is under the rules of SEC and FDA. FDA talks to us about our press releases and our presentations, and we make sure that everything we say is exactly like what it is. And when we have a data room and all those communication are in a data room, and Samsung Biologics, one of the largest companies, come and goes through the data room, say, wow, you got a lot, or Viera Pharmaceutical goes through our data room, says, wow, you are going to get approval. These are big testimony about what we're saying. And with cancer, these oncologists who are involved with us right now, they care only about one thing, and that's their patients' well-being. This is very, very important for people not to be fooled by those lies or deceits that comes out, whatever it is. But I'm here right now to answer any questions, and I'm not hiding from anything, because everything we say is absolutely true. That report was from somebody who's hiding, somebody from somewhere that nobody knows where wrote something, and unfortunately a lot of people got scared and the trading happened the way it did.
Okay, Dr. Pourhassan, I want to thank you again, and great presentation today. We look forward to having you back in next month, and we'll have more Q&A then.